All right, it is 6:19 on this Sunday morning. I want to give you another view of our sky camera that sits on the Batman building. It is just beautiful this morning as our camera is above the fog and just looking over it like a blanket across the mid-state. Now, the fog, once you are near the surface, though, is very thick in many spots, and it is causing some issues as far as our roadways are concerned. When you have fog that is pretty thick and temperatures are at or below freezing, something we call freezing fog is possible. Some of those water droplets that are in the fog, even when temperatures are below freezing, they become what we call super cooled water droplets. And when they touch surfaces like on bridges and overpasses that tend to get really cold first, it can cause some slick spots. So I just want you to use caution if you're going to be out and driving over the next couple of hours. It is 6:20 right now. This freezing fog advisory goes until 9 o'clock this morning, and it does include most of the viewing area. Nashville, Franklin, down towards Hohenwald, up towards Lafayette, and all across the Cumberland Plateau. We all need to be very careful if we're out driving. Temperatures are not only below freezing, we're in the 20s in Cookeville. It is a very cold start to the day there in Putnam County. Good morning in Crossville. You're right at 32 degrees. We're at 27 right now in McMinnville. Even in southern Kentucky right now, it is very cold to start off. 30 in Hopkinsville and 36 my temperature in Dixon. Now, our visibility map is not quite as bad as what we had yesterday. You'll remember if you were in McMinnville, Cookeville, the fog was so thick across the plateau. Right now, issues around waterways, but it is very thick in some spots. So it's one of those mornings where visibility is just fine, but then you can quickly drive up on a spot where visibility can be less than a mile. So that's why we just want you to be careful. Now, once we get past 9 o'clock, we're good. We don't have any other weather worries through the afternoon. Temperatures are going to slowly climb as well. We're going to get above freezing at 10 o'clock. We'll be in the low 40s, upper 40s by 11, and spending the majority of the afternoon today in the low 50s. This is very similar to what we saw on Saturday and pretty seasonable for this time of the year. 50 degrees today in Clarksville, 52 today in Nashville. Looking at Shelbyville, 53 for a high, and just like yesterday, we'll stay in the 40s for many of our higher elevations. Crossville today forecasting 48. Now, we do have some upper level energy that's going to move across the area. That's why we have a little bit more in the way of cloud cover today than what we saw on Saturday. Clouds increasing through the evening hours. This computer model, I think, is overdoing the moisture. Honestly, we don't have a whole lot of moisture to work with here, but a spotty shower can't be rolled out through the evening hours. And as temperatures start to tumble again tonight, you know what that means. If we have enough moisture left, I'm not going to rule out maybe a flurry or two across the plateau. You may see a flake flying, but this is not going to be a big winter wonderland like what we saw last week. No accumulations and no big impacts are expected either. Looking at the next 3 days, it is going to be much colder tomorrow. That's what you're going to notice the most. Walking out the door on Monday morning, it's going to be very similar to today. We're going to be near the freezing mark, but during the afternoon, we don't rebound quite as well in the afternoon. Highs on Monday only in the low 40s, and our higher elevations, we don't make it out of the 30s on Monday. We'll start out with some clouds tomorrow, then see clearing. Tuesday, warming up a little bit more. We're close to 50 degrees, and we keep climbing from there. It looks like a nice warming trend for the end of the week. By Thursday, we're back near 60.